Welcome back to New World Closed Beta Afterparts Part 4. In this episode we're going to talk about Berserk. It's a very hot topic. Everyone has different opinions on Berserk, whether it's the CC immunity being OP, or the healing being OP, haste being OP. No matter what the case is, we can all agree that Berserk overall is OP. And there's a few reasons for this. For one, the way Berserk is being used, or was being used, is being used in a way that the devs may not have intended. Instead of popping Berserk and fighting people with it active, it is being used to run away and heal. So how can Berserk be fixed, you may ask? Well, by one simple solution. Change the passive healing that you get every 5 seconds into a lifesteal healing. So now, instead of Berserk being used defensively, you will force the players to play with it aggressively, as the name Berserk suggests. This one change will put the ability in a much better state, and I think most people will agree this will not allow it to be overpowered, and it will no longer be used to run away and heal. Now obviously there will need to be some kind of cap on the lifesteal, so make it, you lifesteal 1% of your health with every hit, and it can go up to a max of 20 to 30% health or something like that over the course of Berserk. Now let's talk about the CC immunity, technically the knockdown immunity with Berserk. I think it's fine, because it acts just like a grid attack would be, where you cannot be knocked down, you can't be pulled, moved, or staggered, only stunned. I'm fine with it because there's no other CC immunity in the game. There needs to be some sort of immunity to these kinds of things aside from grit. Berserk serves as a nice counter to the high CC that the spear can dish out, specifically with the sweep vault kick combo. If anything, I think the CC immunity on Berserk promotes bad habits. It's basically a hidden crutch. So you go fight a mob, you go fight another player, and you pop Berserk. You're ignoring a lot of tactics involved. You're ignoring any knockdowns, you're ignoring shit from the spear, from the hammer, the bow, the rapier, any weapon that has any sort of stagger involved. That is all out the window. Now what if they do nerf Berserk? Maybe not at launch, but what if they nerf it a month afterwards? And you're so accustomed to not having to dodge or block those moves that you were previously ignoring and immune to, but now you're no longer able to ignore those moves. It's not going to be good for a lot of people who really relied on Berserk for that sole reason. Now I don't think that they will remove the CC immunity from Berserk. If anything, I think they will tone down the time that is active from 15 seconds to maybe like 10 seconds or something like that. I think they'll decrease the time that's active. And when it comes to the haste buff, the 20% movement speed increase, when Berserk is being used as intended, when it's being used to rush somebody down or chase somebody, I think it's fine. Obviously it's showing its issue when Berserk is not being used as intended and instead it's being used to run away. So if the healing on Berserk is converted from a passive healing to an active healing, I think this will be okay as well. If anything, if they will leave everything in how it is right now, like they do not adjust anything with the healing, they do not adjust anything else, adding in a negative to counteract all the positives will be something that will be needed. So after Berserk runs out, after the 15 seconds, you could get a debuff, and that debuff could be, hey, you take 10, 50%, 20% more damage, but that's the cost that you paid to be able to get the damage increase, to be able to get the healing, to be able to get the CC immunity, to be able to get the haste buff. That's a good way to counteract the positives from Berserk. Alright, those were my thoughts on Berserk, and these were the changes I would make to make it less overpowered and bring it more in line with other abilities, since this is pretty unique ability compared to all the other abilities. Alright, thanks for watching. Peace.